Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Monday, January 5th, 2014. And Happy New Year to everybody. It's good to be back. Had some withdrawal at first, but after a while it got to be feeling pretty good, having all that time off. And, just being a casual observer of the market rather than traders have to pay the traders attention to it. So it was kind of nice. Okay, so announcements for today. Let's get going here. Motor vehicle sales is the only one that has any sort of potential impact on the market. And tomorrow we have just a couple of them, and we'll cover them tomorrow. But for today, it's motor vehicle sales. All right. We'll take a look at the euro when we go over to take a look at our indices. But for right now, let's just take a peek at Asia, and mostly bearish, and Europe is bearish across the board and pretty solid. Most of the exchange indexes are above the 0.5% mark, which is kind of a bogey. But here we have the euro. Greece is in the headlines again, but seeing, and it's those schedule announcements, they're one thing, but the unexpected news is going to be another thing, and I think that this is going to be kind of a rough year, my guess, for trading if you are only bullish. Okay, I didn't really look to see what else was in here, but oil looks like it's still down. Let's just take a look at that on the Thinkorswim platform and see how that's looking. All right, our indices over here look to be opening with a slight gap down. Gold is up to 1190, which is good for a trade that I did on Friday. And oil is at 51.63. Wow, that's pretty low. Around here, picking up gas for about $1.75 or so. Haven't paid a lot of attention to it, but that's about what we're looking at here. The dollar's at 91.85, up almost a $0.50 overnight, and the euro is at 119. And remember, when we first started looking at this, I think it was like $1.28. Now it's at $1.19, and that's kind of a big move. And that's against the U.S. dollar. So that means that if you wanted to trade in your $1 for a euro, it would cost you at $1.19. Whereas, like 6 months ago, it would have cost you, well, let's just take a look. Let's see here. As far back as this time last year, we were looking at $1.24, and now we're looking at $1.19. No, that wasn't this time last year. This was December. Yeah, let's zoom out a little bit more. So even back in October, we were looking at $1.28. I think that's about when we started paying attention to it. Well, that would be up around here. I'm just having a hard time seeing that. Probably should be sitting up and getting a little bit closer to the screen here so that my reading glasses can kick in a little bit better and the microphone can pick me up a little bit better. All right, it's a little bit cold here too, so maybe my eyes just haven't warmed up yet this morning. Okay, so that's what we're looking at here. Let's take a look at the account here. Some of you may know that I opened up a covered call on ABX on Friday, and I sold a call on GLD on Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. It might have been Tuesday. I decided, after a conversation with a friend of mine in Canada, I did not want to sell any calls below my cost basis, but I did anyway. So here we are sitting at, if this gets called out, I'm going to lose like 0.5%, or 5%, I should say, on this whole trade, but I will manage it and I will just roll it. It may end up losing money as I roll it, but in theory then I will be gaining money on the underlying. So we'll keep an eye on how that works out, and we'll take a look at the spreadsheet, which I can bring up here. Hang on. Yes, through the magic of the pause button. Here we are with the spreadsheet, which is up on my downloads page if you want to download it. It doesn't do you any good except if you want to use it, and you can take a look at my underlying math information here, for instance here. So we're looking at a $19.50 call that I sold, and I sold it for 52 cents here. So now my cost basis is down to $125.70, and if it gets called out at 119.5, I'll lose 5.2%. But I do believe, even if we, if we take a look at it over here, where are we here? We're up $31 on that right now out of the 52. In theory, I suppose I could buy it back and take the money and run, take my 31 bucks and run. But I'm not going to, because, I'm just going to watch it play out. And this is a January, so we only have a couple more weeks that we have to take a look at that. The other thing, and this was on Tuesday. Wednesday was New Year's Eve, so that was the 31st. All right, and Friday I went in even heavier into gold, because I figured we're kind of at a bottom, and if you want to read the post that I put up on my blog, you may do that. Please go take a look at it, but it's just my thinking behind this. Whether ABX was a good underlying or not is not the point. It was just my battle here between doing a naked put and doing a covered call. And I decided to do the covered call because my return for this 6 months here would be 6.34% if I don't get called out, or if I do get called. Well, if I do get called, it would be 21.54%. But just without being called and having it expire worthless would be at 6.34% versus 4.13%. So that is the logic behind my battle between the naked put and the covered call. And enough said about that for right now. We're looking at, sure. Here's 2014, and this is where we ended up. 2014 with $2,314, not including commissions, but with commissions, $2,175. Less estimated commission. So, on a $60,000 roughly account, that's not too bad, I don't think. I don't think you can get a return like that in a savings account. And all the fun that I had. I mean, I had so much fun. So now we're into 2015. And week ending the 2nd here, we had Zippo. We had nothing. So I need to fill that out, and then we'll take a look at this week, see if we run into any trades that we might be interested in. Okay, so now when I look at my A+ list, I now have ABX added in here, and we'll be taking a peek at that if you want to take a look at the chart on ABX, we will when we get to it. How's that? In the interest of trying to catch up time-wise here. All right, let's jump over to the charts right away. Here's Apple. I don't see, I'm trying to figure out which way Apple's headed here, so we're kind of in doubt. Here is ABX. The cost basis is at $10.20. I bought the stock for $10.89, and my call is up here at the 13 level. I have an alert at $12.50. Just a FYI, if I need to decide between now and July, which is pretty far out, whether I want to roll this or just let it go. And I may just let it go. All right, take a look at Amazon. Don't notify me about old drawings. Oh man, you know what happened though, is I changed my chart configuration here, and then I went back to the 3-panel, this setup, and these drawings, I don't know where they come from. I just do not know where they come from. So I'm going to have to go through and do this all over again. Oh man, I hate what they do with drawings. But anyway, Amazon, not sure. We may be heading back into a new downtrend, so not seeing anything there of interest. Boeing, same thing. Not exactly sure which way they are headed. If we are in a new downtrend, I'm going to need another cycle up here, so we may end up putting a target up here, but we're still, our moving averages are still looking positive, so we're going to stay back from that one. Baidu, well, I'm probably pretty sure that we're looking at a downtrend here, and I'm going to turn off PPS just because it's cluttering everything up here. It pretty much matches the Hull moving average that we have here, this particular one right here. So we're looking at a new downtrend here. So this is targetable. So I'm going to be throwing a target in here. Okay, Chipotle. Let's see. Chipotle is currently in an uptrend. We may be moving into a target area here. So we got one thrown in there, but still need to let that one simmer a tad. Costco, I'm not sure what's going on with Costco. Take a quick look at the Dow. Looks like there was a new high here. But boy, it's just really struggling up there. I think that that's pretty apparent in most of the indexes here in the U.S. Gold, we can see here, I have an alert at 118.49. And I believe, I guess I didn't mark it in here, did I? Where my strike is at 119, I think. Let's take a look here. Yes, 119.50. So I want to try to remember to put a little drawing up here, but first I got to delete all the old drawings. So I'll add that in there. Google, not sure what it's doing either. LinkedIn, looks like it may be heading into a new downtrend. Many of these we just have to wait for them to mature a tad. And here's the iron condor that I had on this, which really expired 100% profitable, but probably would have gotten out a day or two before the actual expiration date, which would have been down here, which probably was pretty close 200% profitable also. But do we have a trade here? We might have a trade here. But not right now. I think, I don't know. Look at this double top. Double top is a big deal. So we might be headed into the crapper here with the stock market, just generally as a rule, at least in the U.S. and probably pretty much everywhere else too. Netflix, I'm going to call this a downtrend, but this is counter to the market. So I think we're just going to hang in there on Netflix. They may be starting a new uptrend. Priceline, they're all pretty much looking the same here. I think that we're headed into a new downtrend here on Priceline, but I need some sort of confirmation on that. Doesn't look good for any trades this week, except for maybe in the cash indexes, depending on how quickly they give me an entry here. The Russell may be headed into a new downtrend. SPX, I'm going to say pretty much the same. Might be headed into a new downtrend. Let's take a look at Tesla. I haven't been paying much. Well, since I took my leave of absence a couple weeks ago, they haven't done anything. Yeah. So over the holiday period between Christmas and New Year's, not much going on there. So we need some direction from them about their direction. I need a direction on the direction. Okay, and Visa definitely looks like it's in an uptrend. This is slightly counter to the market. Is it strong enough? Phew. When I need a lot of convincing when it's going counter to the market. A lot of convincing. So I do actually have convincing here. You know what? This is alertable. This is alertable, ladies and gentlemen. So, throw our target in here, and let's throw an alert on here. At or above. That looks pretty good. So we're going with it. We're going with it on Visa. Okay, so we have an alert on Visa. And that's it for today, actually. Just one alert on Visa, and we're going to sit back and watch the action for the new year. So that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and happy trading.